In Marvel Rivals, Mr. Fantastic or Reed Richards is a unique character who doesn't fit in the usual categories like damage dealer, tank, or support. Instead, he's a flexible hybrid who can switch between these roles based on what's needed during the match. His gameplay focuses on managing his elasticity meter, which powers his abilities and lets him grow bigger and stronger. Mr. Fantastic in Marvel Rivals can stretch his attacks to control the battlefield, absorb damage, send it back to the enemies, and pull opponents together for extra damage. Playing as Mr. Fantastic requires you to be adaptable, making smart use of abilities while keeping an eye on his elasticity level. This makes him a bit challenging to master, but very rewarding. He offers a mix of offensive and defensive skills, encouraging players to think creatively and stay proactive. Mr. Fantastic in Marvel Rivals uses his stretching abilities for both attacks and defense. His main move is a long-range punch that can hit enemies from a distance and deal damage when it comes back if he misses. He can also pull enemies together and slam them into each other to control the crowd. His bash ability lets him rush at enemies while creating a shield for himself and his teammates. For defense, he can stretch his body to soak up damage and send it back to attackers, making him very effective against heavy damage. His ultimate move involves jumping into the air and hitting enemies multiple times. Additionally, he has a passive skill that allows him to enhance his abilities by using them, eventually transforming into a stronger version of himself, giving him better shields and increased damage. The downside of being stretchy is that he doesn't have as many abilities as others. However, that trade-off isn't so significant when you start playing him because he's so good to use. Playing him well requires good management of his abilities and knowing when to switch between attacking and defending. However, he's probably going to be better than a good Jeff the Land Shark build. Mr. Fantastic's unique ability called Brainiac Bounce, which is excellent for disrupting enemy groups and dealing damage in Marvel Rivals. When he activates it, he jumps into the air and slams down into a target area, causing damage and briefly slowing down any enemy in that zone. A key part of this ability is the bounces that follow. After the initial slam, Mr. Fantastic can jump and slam down again, repeating it as long as he keeps hitting the enemies. So this is best done when they're close together so you can jump from one to another. It's always tempting to just use it when it's ready, but wasting the ultimate ability is not a good idea here. This ultimate attack lets Mr. Fantastic move around the battlefield and strike multiple foes while dealing damage. However, it's important to remember that he is vulnerable during this time and can still be attacked. To use this ability effectively, focus on hitting those slams for the best results and know when to stop using the ability to avoid taking too much damage from the enemies. If this guide has helped you out, please consider subscribing. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.